It's 1958, Culver City, California, just a few miles from Hollywood. A couple named Dell and Helen Johnson opened a small restaurant called Sizzler Family Steakhouse. Their idea was simple but powerful. Give everyday Americans the experience of a real steakhouse without the expensive bill. Most steakhouses at the time were either fancy and pricey or cheap and forgettable. Sizzler found the middle ground. You could sit down, get a juicy steak, and still have money left in your wallet. That concept resonated immediately. To keep costs low and quality high, Sizzler did something most restaurants didn't. They hired in-house butchers. Meat was cut fresh right there in the kitchen. That meant better steaks at lower prices. It was a smart move, and customers could taste the difference. The first location was a hit. Then came another, and another. By the 1970s, Sizzler was expanding rapidly across California and beyond. The chain was becoming a household name. The late 1970s and early 1980s were Sizzler's golden years. The restaurant was thriving on a simple formula: affordable steak dinners, combo meals, and a growing reputation as the place where working-class families could treat themselves. Then, in 1978, Sizzler introduced the salad bar, and everything changed. At first, it was just an optional add-on, a few bucks extra for some greens on the side, but customers loved it. And Sizzler noticed. As the 1980s rolled in and health-conscious eating started trending in California, Sizzler leaned into it hard. The salad bar grew into what they called the buffet court, a full spread of food that went way beyond lettuce. We're talking pasta, soups, fried shrimp, fresh fruit, and of course, that legendary cheese toast. Sizzler was no longer just a steakhouse. It was a dining experience. By the mid-1980s, the chain had hundreds of locations. Families across the country associated Sizzler with good times and affordable meals. It was, by almost every measure, a massive success. But success has a way of creating new problems. As the salad bar became more and more popular, something unexpected happened. People started skipping the steak altogether. Customers were paying the buffet price and just camping out at the salad bar all night. The steak was becoming an afterthought. Sizzler faced a real dilemma. The thing that was drawing people in was also cutting into profits. Their response? Cut costs elsewhere. And that meant quietly lowering the quality of some menu items. Customers noticed. The reputation that had taken decades to build started to crack. At the same time, competition was heating up. Outback Steakhouse launched in 1988 with a fresh concept and aggressive marketing. Applebee's was expanding fast. Ponderosa and Bonanza were fighting for the same budget steak crowd. Sizzler was getting squeezed from every direction. There was even a moment where Sizzler tried to offer free bread rolls before the meal. The kind of move restaurants make to fill you up before you eat too much of the expensive stuff. Customers figured it out pretty fast. Trust once lost is hard to get back. By the mid-1990s, the situation had become critical. In 1996, Sizzler filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The company closed over 130 locations in one swoop. The chain that had once defined casual family dining was now fighting for survival. They tried to pivot. They launched an upscale spin-off called Buffalo Ranch Steakhouse. And then COVID-19 hit. In September 2020, Sizzler USA filed for bankruptcy a second time. Most of the Australian locations closed permanently. What had once been a chain with over 700 American restaurants was down to fewer than 100. But the story isn't completely over. Sizzler has been quietly fighting back. The company's leadership has started remodeling existing locations, leaning hard into nostalgia, and stripping the brand back to what made it great in the first place. They're calling it, and this is their actual phrase, a brand excavation. Going back to the roots. And here's the thing. It seems to be working. Remodeled locations have seen an average sales increase of 47%. One location reportedly doubled its sales after renovation. The chain is alive even if it's much smaller than it used to be. As of 2025, 74 locations remain, mostly in California, the state where it all began. Sizzler's story is really America's story. The rise of the middle class, the love of a good deal, the dangers of chasing growth at the cost of quality. It was never the fanciest place, but for millions of families, it was their place. And maybe that's worth saving. If you made it this far, you clearly love a good restaurant deep dive. Hit subscribe There's plenty more where this came from.